Philippine Ambassador to Washington Jose Cuisa Jr. complained about China's aggression and urged Vietnam, another claimant state in the South China Sea, to follow the Philippines in mounting an international legal challenge to Beijing's expansive claims. China's recent declaration of an air defense zone over disputed islands controlled by Japan in the East China Sea and its new rules to regulate fishing in a huge stretch of the South China Sea, including the West Philippine Sea and the East Sea, have deepened concerns that its rise as a regional power could spark a confrontation. On Wednesday, General Emmanuel Bautista said Filipino fishermen should not yield to Chinese threats and intimidation and instead go on plying their trade in the West Philippine Sea. But the Philippines wants to acquire two more warships from the United States to boost its maritime protection amid those threats from China. Bautista
House lawmakers overseeing U.S. policy towards Asia and America's use of sea power held a joint hearing to consider Washington's response, amid worries that the United States may be drawn into a crisis or conflict over a territorial dispute involving China because the United States has some bilateral defense treaties with Japan and Philippines. Republican Representatives Steve Chabot called China dangerously aggressive and it was attempting to take the disputed territories by gradual force, with the misguided hope that Japan, Southeast Asian nations, and the U.S. will just grudgingly accept Democratic Representative Amir Vera called for a strong bipartisan message from the U.S. Congress that China's threatening and provocative moves to assert their maritime territorial claims are unacceptable. Republican Representative Randy Forbes said the United States must be 100% intolerant of China's territorial claims and its continued resort to form military coercion to alter the status quo in the region. Lawmakers typically take a more uncompromising stance on foreign policy than the administration, but their opinions reflect widespread concern in Washington about Beijing's intentions as it challenges decades of American military preeminence in China and its adherence to international law. Thank you very much. China unilaterally declared its air defense zone over parts of the East China Sea last November, requiring foreign aircraft to submit to flight plans to Chinese authorities and accept instructions for the Chinese military. The United States responded by flying infantry bombers through the zone to show it didn't recognize it. The U.S. State Department last week also criticized the new Chinese regulations on fishing in the South China Sea as provocative and potentially dangerous. China maintains that it has peaceful intentions and it wants the United States to stay out of territorial disputes in which it has no claim. The United States, however, says it has an interest dito on Palayan Island in the Philippine part of Spratly said he would not discourage fishermen on the island from going but to those waters. And on Wednesday, Bautista urged fishermen not to allow themselves to be intimidated and instead to go on with their lives. Bautista, however, declined to answer when asked if the military will come to the aid of fishermen should they be harassed by the Chinese Coast Guards. The same question was hypothetical. Asked how the government would handle the fishermen's insecurity about the new Chinese fishing rules. Bautista replied, let's put it this way, should we give in to terror, to threats and intimidation? Should